about set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
11.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And incomplete. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Throwing is Jackson. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
To throw is Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 69 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Now the first carry here for the running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Ravens at 8-4 now in the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
And here are the key inactives for this one, Charles. And as you get towards the latter stages of the season, you hope that this is a clean graphic with no names, but
Well, that's hard to do in the NFL.
Yeah, there's almost no way you think it's going to be like that. It's just a matter of what names are on the list and how you prepare to play without them. Everyone wants to finish strong. Well, the only way to do it, forget the inactive list and focus on the guys who are going to take the field.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Fairbairn on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Burrow. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. And the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Ravens will take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
Jackson now.
at the 40-yard line.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Jackson to throw. And quickly here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 from the 9. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. 14.
Bengals nothing. Fairbairn is set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Spins away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way.
And now the rookie's free. How about this? Racing to the end zone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's putting together a remarkable season. Currently the NFL's leader in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of them.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Aleem McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help. And I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score. And sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. In motion left is Higgins. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
11.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass. That's taken in by Higgins. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
11 MT tight.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
I'm one, ready? Let's get set. Down.
On 1st down, Peoples. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 104 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It's now second
Here we go.
and 10.
180.
In motion left is Higgins. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. T. Higgins with touchdown number 8 on the... here. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season.
Ready?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here, 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Ready?
2nd and 10.
Finish it on! Finish it on!
Jackson from the shotgun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Hands it off out of the gun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard.
Jackson operating from the gun. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. Jackson. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete.
You gotta make it move!
Number 7.
You gotta make it happen!
10 yards on the pickup. It's
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. And Jackson throwing once more. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. First down now, but that clock rolling.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They'll look to throw again. Man, and he hits him in stride. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. To throw again is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Bengals 14. Naimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. T. Higgins out on offense for the rest of his teammates for this next drive. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 7.
Now Burrow.
At the 27-yard line.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but he did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On third down, Peoples. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And the Bengals first down. A gain of 4.
Burrow throw.
And the Bengals first down.
And he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. This second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
Here's
4.
Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking deep here for Chase. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 64 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. From right side, taken in by Godwin. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Guys, you got this. Let's win. Let's go, baby.
Now a 2nd and 2. Jackson. Left side, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Jackson. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Got a man that's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So halftime is upon us well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably got a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson now. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he will have a Ravens first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, good move. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that.
Now Ball loses the football. And it's picked up. And this is going to be brought back from Baltimore. Touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead now, 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Makes the score.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen for Spears. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And quickly they get to the line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Here's 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
3rd down and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete.
They'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And look at this, another fake. And this is caught, but he will not make the 1st down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you had looked, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it's the right time to make that call. Normally, being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing a kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Gun. Cut.
Here's Burrow. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second and 1.
Now it's Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give them a good 10 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. The offense on third down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is third and 10. Complete right side to Otten. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. On the tackle there was DJ Turner.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up.
Here we go. Here we go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Tag.
And they'll go on the ground. yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Running left, here's Mitchell. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score. Ravens.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Blowing that play up for Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow over the middle. That's caught by Chase. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now it's Burrow. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Ravens start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. And that touchdown, his 5th touchdown grab of the game, and that ties him with Jerry Rice from 1990, Kellen Winslow Sr. from 1981, and Bob Shaw back in 1950 for the most receiving touchdowns in a single NFL contest. The Bengals offense returns to the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
11 coming.
They'll keep it on the ground. Peoples. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. 115 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
A gain of a yard.
11.
Burrow on play action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
11 mighty.
Now Burrow.
11 mighty.
There's a short one taken in by Otten. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
On one, ready?
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
180. 180 shot.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite